Hello and welcome to Solidworks Station. My name's Stuart, and in today's tutorial we're going to look at Model Mania from 2002. This is going to be phase 1 of the tutorial, and we'll come back in another tutorial and do phase 2. The way that Model Mania works is it comes in 2 phases. The first phase, you're given an engineering drawing and asked to design this part. Once you've completed the part, you will then be issued phase 2, which will look at amendments, adjustments to the design, which you will have to complete as quickly but as accurately as possible. So this tutorial is going to be phase 1, and we'll do another tutorial, like I said, on phase 2. So there's a lot to learn on this one. It's a good one. It's a good one from Model Mania. Best of luck. If you run into any problems, get in touch, drop me a comment on the comments section below this video, and I'm more than happy to get in touch with you and resolve any issues. Best of luck everyone, and let's get started. So I'm going to go into SolidWorks here, and I'm going to create a new part, and I'm going to draw this from the right plane. So I'm going to go into my right plane and normal 2. Now the first thing that I want to capture is this 70 millimeter diameter bore, the primary bore of this part. I've got a 7mm offset that I'm going to look at, and I'm also going to capture the position of this 15 millimeter diameter secondary bore. Now I am going to be drawing it, okay, in this view, but I do want to capture this position of the 15 millimeter diameter hole, because this is all symmetrical. It's symmetrical about section AA, it's symmetrical about its top view, its side view, so that's something that we can look at. So I'm going to go into SolidWorks, I'm going to go into a right plane, and I'm going to sketch. I'm going to sketch that 70mm circle straight away, and capture that on the screen, 70mm. And I want to, if I press S on my keyboard, I've actually set up an offset shortcut key here. So offset entity, I'm going to offset this circle by 7mm. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to do is draw this tangent line down to the origin and back to this quadrant over this side. Now from here I'm going to trim away what I don't need. Okay, and I'm going to put a circle in position here, okay, for my 15 millimeter diameter secondary board hole. Now you could go about this 2 ways. The way that I don't want you to go about it, and I'll explain why, is I don't want you to say, right, we know that the center of this circle is 100 millimeters away from the center of this circle, so I don't want you to go right from there to there is 100 millimeters, and then from the center of the circle, let's just have a look at that, it's 7 millimeters to the edge. Okay, so I don't want you to go from here to the center of the circle and then say something like left parenthesis 15 divided by 2 right parenthesis to get the radius, then plus 7. Okay, it will work out right, the position of that is right, but it's not future-proofing your design. What happens if in the second phase the radius updates or this offset updates? So the way that I want you to go about this, okay, is slightly differently. Let's just put in our angle here, which we know is 15 degrees. And the way that I want you to do this is I want you to click on this line, hold down shift, click on the circle, and that'll give you your offset. Okay, 7 millimeters, and that's ready now to extrude. So we're going to go into features, we're going to go extrude boss base, we're going to go around the mid plane, and selected contours it's asking us for is this one, and we're going to do the top half of this circle. Okay, like so. We want a distance going in here of 70 millimeters, so let's pop that in here. So 70. Just keep everything symmetrical. That's why I've gone around the mid plane, just trying to keep everything as symmetrical as possible. Green tick. Okay, perfect. The second step to this we're going to look at is completing this part here, okay, where it goes to a full round fillet down this end. It's got the 15mm hole that goes through, and then we've got pockets and things like that to concentrate on. So the next part we're going to do is this part here. So we're going to flip into top plane and normal 2, and then top plane and produce a sketch. Now I'm going to draw a line down from this point straight down, go back to this point, and you'll get your arc, and then just draw a line up. Okay, and we can move this line to this point. Then I'm going to select this line, hold down shift, select this line, select this line, sorry, hold down control, select this line, and make this tangent, and green tick. And I just want to go now into my boss extrude, go to my original sketch 1 and just make that visible. Okay, and you'll see that appear now. Okay, so just spin your model round. Control 7 is a good one here. If you press Control 7, okay, what you can do is you can pick up that point that you've done for your sketch that we're in at the moment, hold down Control and just pick up the center point of that circle and just make those have a relation of coincident. Okay. Now what I should have done whilst I was in this sketch, okay, boss extrude, is I should have put a point here. Okay, I'm going to go and do that now. So I'm going to exit this sketch. I'm just going to jump into this sketch here, edit sketch, and I'm just going to grab a point and just place a point on there. That'll come in helpful later on. Okay, you can see it there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is click back onto this sketch, and I'm going to say extruded cut, and I want to go through all and green tick. Perfect. Right, now I'm going to put the 15mm hole in. So I'm going to go to my top plane and sketch a circle, and I'm going to go for the center point of this circle to that point that I just made before. Okay, to there. Green tick, go to features, extruded cut, there we go. Okay, from here what we're going to do is we're going to place in our pocket. So 2 ways of doing this. Okay, I'm just going to turn this sketch off. The easy way would be to go to shell, click on this, and we know we've got a 7mm offset. Okay, and just to pop in there 7, green tick. Okay, and that would shell that out. That's easy. However, again, it's not future-proofing our design. If this 7mm changes, we've got draft angles in here and everything, so there's a better way of doing this. This is the quick way. However, it's not always the right way. So I'm just going to delete this. This is how I would do it. I would go to Surfaces tab. I would say offset a surface, and I'm going to offset by 7mm this and this, and reverse the direction on them. Okay, you can't see it at the moment, but you will do when I green tick. Okay, there's my 7mm offset. Okay, from the base of this. So that's like doing a 7mm shell. Okay, what that will do is it will shell 7mm all the way around. What I would do now is I would go into a top plane, normal 2, and sketch. Hit my S key and use my offset command, and offset this line by 7. Offset this line by 7, and offset this circle by 7. Go to trim entities and power trim and just trim what I don't need away. I'd then connect these 2 lines. This does seem like a long way of going around this, but it does future-proof your design, and I'll explain that in a minute. So we've got offsets all the way around here that can change. All these can change. Okay, whereas when we shell Okay, they all have to be 7mm all the time. Where this one, in this example, that could be 3, this could be 4, this could be, it depends what we get in phase 2. It might ask us to do something like that, so we're preparing for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and do a feature. I'm going to do an extruded cut, and I'm going to use, rather than from the sketch plane, I'm going to offset that, all right, by something dramatic like 100mm, so it's out of the way. Now if I pressed green tick on this, it would just do this part. So I'm just going to go back into this, and I'm going to direction 1, so my arrow's facing down, direction 1, I don't want blind and 70, I want up to surface, and then we're just going to hover our mouse over our surface, left click and green tick. Okay, and that is another way of doing it. You can then go into your surface bodies and turn off your surface body. Okay, like so. We're now going to put our draft angles in. So we've got draft angles occurring at 7 degrees. So that's both on the outside and on the inside of our part. So we're going to go into SolidWorks. We're going to click on our top plane, and we're going to say draft. We're going to draft on a neutral plane, which is our top plane, this, and this face by 7 degrees and green tick. Okay, now you'll notice here, okay, that these have sloped in. Okay, it's got rid of this particular section here. Okay, so the reason for that is because this draft has been done after this cut, whereas if we get this and we just move it up just above the cut, okay, it's drafting it first and then putting the cut in. So we're going to draft again this time. So we're going to go to top plane, we're going to go to draft, and we're going to draft this time by parting line. So neutral plane we can do by faces, parting line we can do by edges. So I'm just going to click on these edges and just ensure that these arrows are facing downwards. 7 degrees is in there and green tick. Perfect. It's taking shape. Okay, next thing I need to concentrate on are these fillets. So there's some fillets going around here at 3mm. So into SolidWorks, we're going to go to fillet, this face, and this face. Okay, and we're going to green tick. Okay, so that's that in position. And then from here, we're going to mirror this part. The reason for that is because I know I need to put another fillet in here, but I want it to have some kind of tangent relationship once I've mirrored this part. So I'm going to go to features, mirror. I'm going to mirror the body, so bodies to mirror. I'm going to click on this body and I'm going to mirror it about the top plane. Now I'm going to go back in and do my fillet. So I'm going to do fillet. I'm going to fillet this line here. I'm going to fillet this edge here and green tick. Okay. I like to put some appearances on this, so I'm going to change the appearance of that fillet body, and I'm going to go to solid, make these red. Okay, and green tick. And I'm going to do the same on the inside as well. So that fillet one, just edit the appearance of that. Of that fillet. Okay, I'm going to make it solid red. Just drag that on. Okay, and green tick. And there we have it. There is our phase 1 of Model Mania complete. Hopefully you got all that. If you didn't and you struggled, it's not a problem. Just get in touch and I'll be more than happy to help you out in whichever part of that particular design process you got stuck with. It's not a problem at all. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Solidworks Station. If you're new to the channel, give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you soon for Model Mania 2002 Phase 2. Thank you everyone, and see you soon.